Hi, I'm Richard Carlton. Welcome to the Coach's Corner. In this video, I want to cover a common question that we see with RCC tech support, with people who are watching our videos and are asking questions and they're learning how to build custom applications. In fact, we see this even with our coaches as they're coaching people. This is a common question, and that is, how do we improve performance of a FileMaker custom application? Well, there are a number of things that you can do to make your FileMaker app run faster. And in this video, I want to cover a couple of the more common items that people just don't know about. First off, when you define a calculation field, you can define it typically as a stored calculation field or an unstored calculation field. And a stored calculation field means it's been calculated already, the value has been calculated for each record, and it's been saved in the file. Unstored means that nothing has been calculated, and therefore it's not saved in the file, and FileMaker will only calculate it when it needs it. And of course, if it never needs it, it never calculates it. So choosing to define a calculation as stored or unstored will depend upon the situation, but unstored calculations is where things can get a little bit tricky. And that also goes the same for summary fields. Summary fields and unstored calculation fields, if they are placed on a layout, or they happen to be referenced by a script that runs, will actually evaluate and take processing time from your FileMaker custom app. In fact, you might see a progress or dialog bar that goes across the screen while you wait for this to complete. Sometimes it'll be very quick. Sometimes it will be so slow that you might need to get a cup of coffee or maybe go to lunch. Not good. So what you want to do is feel free to define in your FileMaker custom app a unstored calc or a summary field, but only place them on a layout where you really need them to be viewed. In fact, on a common data entry screen or maybe a common list view, you may not need to see these at all. But if there's a situation where a user needs to see that information, you might consider making that a button that pops another layout where they see that information only at that time. Because the thing is, if you put the unstored calc or the summary field on the layout, even if the user doesn't need the information, FileMaker is going to process it anyway. It processes it every time. Every time you leave the layout, you come back to the layout, it's going to do it all over again. So we cover in our video training courses all the techniques to deal with this situation to make it go fast. So if you don't have our FileMaker training, I would encourage you to think about checking it out. It's 60 hours of great training, and in there are many hours of just performance tuning tips and tricks, how to make your FileMaker app go faster. Now, if you don't want to spend the time and watch a video training course, then the next step up is to get some one-on-one coaching from our FileMaker coaching team. We have about a dozen FileMaker coaches that work every day to train basic, intermediate, and even advanced users how to build great FileMaker custom applications. So check out the video training, or if you need more one-on-one hand-holding, feel free to email us at support@rcconsulting.com, and we're happy to connect you with a FileMaker coach that is heavily discounted. In fact, frankly, very inexpensive.